You just met them 5 days ago, and you're already, quietly, planning a life. Not out loud. You're not that reckless. But somewhere in the back of your mind, there's a whole future already sketched in, a certainty that arrived way ahead of any actual evidence. And underneath the excitement, there's a low hum of dread, because a part of you already know this feeling and knows exactly how it usually ends. You reread the text. You watch the little dots appear and disappear. A reply that takes 3 hours feels like a verdict, and the warmth you feel toward this near stranger is so big, so fast, that some quiet part of you is already bracing for the moment they realize it's too much and pull away. If you're one of these people, here's the part that makes no sense from the outside. It looks like you fall in love easily, like you're a hopeless romantic. All heart, no brakes. But that's not what actually is happening. By the end of this video, you're going to understand why you get attached so fast, and that it was never really about love at all. It's about a very specific thing your nervous system learned to do to keep you safe a long time ago. The easy explanation is that you're just needy, clingy, too much, that you love too hard and scare people off. And if you could just play it cool, just care a little less, just wait a respectable amount of time before feeling things, you'd be fine. You've probably tried. You've tried to slow yourself down, to not text back so fast, to manufacture a chill you don't feel. And it works for about a day, until the anxiety builds up so much that you'd rather do anything: send the double text, ask the vulnerable question, force the conversation, then sit one more minute in the not knowing. That's the tell, because needy isn't a personality. What you're actually feeling is closer to an alarm going off. And here's the promise. There's a real mapped out reason your alarm is set this sensitively. It's called anxious attachment. It lives in the same attachment wiring we all have, just turned all the way up. And there is a second thing, a genuinely surprising piece of research that explains why people who are the worst for you are so often the exact ones you can't stop thinking about. Hold that thought for a sec. For a long time, someone who got attached quickly and loved intensely was just called insecure, desperate, someone who didn't value themselves enough to wait. The assumption was that these people felt too much and thought too little. The attachment research got specific. Psychologists study how babies bond found that when a caregiver was unpredictable, warm and attentive sometimes, distant or overwhelmed other times, the child didn't simply love them less. They did the opposite. They amplified. They cried louder, clung harder, and kept their attention locked onto the caregiver at all times, hypervigilant for any sign the connection was slipping. Researchers have a name for this: hyperactivating strategies, where some people's system turn the volume down on connection to stay safe. Yours turns it all the way up. The logic is brutally simple. If love is unreliable, then the smart move, the survival move, is to never stop monitoring it. Stay alert. Catch the warm moments before they close. Never ever let your guard down, because the second you do is the second they might slip away. But here's the twist that changes everything, and it's the part almost nobody understands about themselves. It comes from one of the most well-established findings in all of psychology, and it has nothing to do with love and everything to do with slot machines. I'll say it again, slot machines. Because decades ago, the psychologist B.F. Skinner discovered something strange about how rewards work. He found that when you give a reward every single time, predictably, reliably, the behavior is actually pretty weak. But when you give the reward unpredictably, sometimes yes, sometimes no, on no schedule the brain can figure out, the behavior becomes almost impossible to extinguish. Uncertainty doesn't weaken the pull, it multiplies it. It's called intermittent reinforcement, and it is the exact mechanism that makes gambling addictive. The gambler isn't hooked because they win, they're hooked because they might win, and they can't predict when. The not knowing is the hook. Now, put those two things together, and you understand yourself completely. You have a nervous system trained from very early to read unpredictable love as the realest kind, and unpredictable love, neurologically, a slot machine. So, when you meet someone who runs a little hot and cold, who is dazzling one day and vaguely distant the next, your brain doesn't read danger. It reads jackpot. The very inconsistency that should be a warning sign lights up the oldest reward circuit you have. So let's stack up what this actually does to you in real time. Brain imaging studies have found something a little unsettling. The neural circuits that light up during unpredictable social reward overlap substantially with the ones activated during gambling and substance use. This is not a metaphor. When the person you're into finally texts back after a silence that had you spiraling, the relief you feel is chemically in the same family as a gambler's win, which means the intensity you feel is not proof of love. Think about that, because it's the thing that will set you free. The intensity is not proof of love. The intensity is proof of uncertainty. The more unpredictable someone is, the more powerful your feelings for them get. Not because they're more right for you, but because your nervous system cannot stand the not knowing and floods you with urgency to resolve it. And this explains the cruelest pattern of all, the one you've probably noticed and hated in yourself. When you fall for unavailable people and feel nothing for the available ones, the steady, kind, available person, the one who texts back right away, who is clear about how they feel, who is reliably, boringly there, you almost feel nothing for, maybe even a little bored. And the one who keeps you guessing, who is a project, who is never quite fully yours, you are absolutely consumed by. You've been told that's because you're drawn to a challenge, or you have low standards, or you're secretly like the drama. None of that is true. The truth is that consistency doesn't trip your alarm, so it doesn't generate the chemical storm you've learned to call love. The steady person feels flat, not because there's nothing there, but because your system was calibrated long ago to only feel the presence of love when it's at risk of being lost. So the person who gets attached too fast isn't attaching to people. In a very real sense, you're attaching to the anxiety itself, to the delicious, terrible uncertainty of not knowing whether you're about to be chosen or dropped. And the faster and harder someone can put you into that state, the more it feels mistakenly like destiny. And to understand why your system would ever get built this way, you have to go back, gently, to where it started. Because it did not start with a bad ex, or a situationship, or a dating app. It started when you were very small, and it was not your fault, and it was, at the time, the most loving thing you could possibly have done. Somewhere back there was a person you loved with your whole small body, whose warmth you needed the way you needed air, and that warmth came, but not reliably. Some days they were fully there, delighted by you, and the whole world was safe. And other days, for some reasons you were too young to understand, they're resistant or overwhelmed or somewhere far away behind their own eyes. And you did what small creature does when the thing it needs most is unpredictable. You started to watch. You became an expert reader of a face, a doorway, a tone of voice, scanning constantly for whether love was available right now, learning to catch it in the windows when it opened. You learned to work for closeness, to earn it, to amplify yourself when you felt it slipping. You learned that love was real, but that it was something you had to stay awake for. That was not weakness. That was a small person doing something extraordinary, staying attached to someone they couldn't count on, refusing to give up on a love that kept flickering. You kept the door open. You kept reaching. In a situation designed to make a child let go, you chose over and over to hold on. That is not the behavior of someone who is too much. That is the behavior of someone with a staggering capacity to love. The only problem is that the watching never got to stop. The vigilance that kept you connected to one unpredictable person became the way you love everyone. You are still scanning the doorway. You are still working for a closeness you were taught you had to earn. Still, at 30, 35, 40, waiting to find out if the love will stay this time. You don't have to be ashamed of it. It kept your heart open through something that could have closed it forever. You have to learn, slowly, that you are allowed to stop auditioning for love that was never actually going to leave. So here's the everyday version of it. You match with someone on Tuesday, and by Thursday, you have, in your mind, quietly attended their family Christmas. A text that says, "Hey," instead of "Hey," with a smiley face, can end your entire week. You will describe someone you've known for 11 days as probably the one, with a straight face to a friend who is visibly concerned. And the eternal classic. Someone treats you with calm, consistent, respectful kindness, and you feel absolutely nothing. And you genuinely wonder if you are broken. You are not broken. Your slot machine just didn't light up. If you ever felt more for someone who is unsure about you than for anyone who was ever certain, drop it in the comments. We're all down here, refreshing a chat, mistaking our own adrenaline for fate. So here's where it all comes down to. Getting attached too fast was never proof that you're needy or weak or too much. It's proof that you learned, incredibly young, to love hard and stay watchful at the same time, to keep reaching for a warmth you couldn't predict. The speed isn't depression. It's a very old survival system still trying to catch the love before the window closes. You can't logic your way out of a nervous system that learned to read uncertainty as intimacy. But you can learn to notice it, to feel that overwhelming rush towards someone new and gently ask the one question that changes everything. Is this love? Or is this just not knowing? You can learn that calm is not the absence of connection, and you can let yourself stay long enough with someone steady to feel the quieter, realer thing that grows only when the alarm is finally off. The intensity was never the proof. It was just the alarm, and you're allowed to fall for someone who lets you put it down. If the way your earliest patterns quietly run your relationship pulls at you, there's another video right here about the people who do the exact opposite, who pull away the moment things get close. That goes deeper into the other side of this. And if you want more of this, subscribing takes about 2 seconds. No mixed signals, I promise. By the way, thanks for being here.